Hi, what's up everybody? My name's Jose Chamu, better known by my stage name Chips, and I'm a rapper from Long Beach, California. And this week we're gonna react to an album I've been very hyped to listen to, which is the third album of in Iron Maiden's discography, which is The Number of the Beast. I've been excited for it because I see a lot of talk like on Reddit and in the comments, and a lot of people saying that this is like one of the best Iron Maiden albums. And I've also been excited for it for the simple fact that it just sounds satanic, The Number of the Beast and shit. And the cover looks cool. It's like he's like puppeteering the little devil and shit. But before we get to the reaction, I just want to say thank y'all to everybody who's been supporting and shit. As of the recording of this video, we're about to reach 20 subs, and the videos have been doing good for like, I just started and shit. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, all that good shit. I appreciate the support, and yeah, let's just hop right into this. One thing right before we start the reaction, I just want to give a little moment to shout out, I believe his name was Paul Diano, which is the lead singer for the first two albums. I was told in the comments that starting from now on, the lead singer is going to be Bruce Dickinson. I'm pretty sure. I apologize if I got the names wrong. But let's just give a little round of applause and a little, goodbye, farewell, and a salute to Paul Diano. I'm going to see how I'm going to adjust to Bruce Dickinson because, again, I'm very new to this whole genre in general. So, really, the only, knowledge I have of heavy metal and Iron Maiden is Paul Diano. So, I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure throughout the reaction is going to take me some time to adjust to Bruce's voice. Or maybe not, because Bruce might be the voice for the Trooper, right? I think, right, because the Trooper came after this. So if he is the singer for the Trooper, then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna ease myself into it. It's not gonna be that bad. But if he's not the one that sings the Trooper, then I might have to adjust. But with that being said, let's just get right into this. I'm very excited. Let's get into it. Sorry, I know I keep saying right before, but this is the real last thing right before the reaction. I just want to go through the track list real quick. Okay, so it says the album came out in 1982. So damn, these fools had 3 years of back-to-back like albums, son. That's crazy. Like, I guess for me personally, for my music, I have enough to consistently drop an album like every month for like 3 to 5 years. But even then, like, their music is much more complicated than mine, because my music, I don't really gotta worry about like the musicality or the instrumentals or the structure, because I just write, I just rap, I'm not saying that it's a lesser art form or whatever, but like, I guess some people might find the lyricism harder than like drafting and creating the actual like music instruments. But for me, I mean, it just flows naturally. Like, it's just like, so maybe for them it's also the same thing. Maybe it's just very natural for them, so they could create at a high output with a high quality as well. Let's just go through the titles real quick, the song titles. Invaders, Children of the Damned, The Prisoner, 22 Acacia Avenue, The Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, Gangland, and Hallowed be Thy Name. Yo, off the titles alone, for me personally, these are like the best sounding titles from the 3 albums so far. Like, they sound tight. Like, Children of the Damned sounds tight. The Prisoner, shit, that sounds tight too. Number of the Beast, Gangland. Alright, I'm gonna say that the 2 songs that I'm most hyped for are Gangland and Hallowed be Thy Name. Gangland, cause that shit, like, like, as I keep saying it in all the reviews and shit, like, I be rapping about that gang shit, all that trenches shit. So I don't know if it's gonna be anywhere near that subject matter, but just off the title alone, Landlord of the Gangland, you heard? And then Hallowed be Thy Name, I see that like on the title most played songs, it pops up like top 3, top 5 type shit. So it's a popular song, so I want to see why it's popular, because I know the Trooper and title, I think is the number 1 played song. So I want to see, like, obviously Trooper, I love it because it's my introduction to Iron Maiden. It's what kicked off this reaction series. So I want to see if Hallowed be Thy Name is in that same like echelon of quality, if that makes sense. With that being said, now let's for real get to the reaction. I apologize for making y'all wait. Let's get into this. We're getting right into it. This is track 1, Invaders. Holy shit. Invaders. Ah, that was tight. That was tight. That was a cool intro. They just got into it. That shit. So, this is more like an Iron Maiden's intro as opposed to like Killers. Where the Killers, what was the song? The Ides of March is more like chiller, you know, like it's like building up. This shit is like Prowler. It's just boom. Let's get into it. I guess it makes sense, right? Because I think this one's also 8 tracks, right? Yeah. So these dudes, they're Iron Maiden just said, let's just get into this shit. First thing off the bat, the first thing I noticed, the singer. Immediately I recognize that Bruce Dickinson is indeed the singer for the Trooper. He is, huh? Because he has a more, I don't know how to, I swear this isn't like a complaining type of shit, but like he has like a more commanding, powerful voice than Paul Di'Anno. No offense, if that makes any sense. And his voice sounds more clear and cleaner, whereas Paul Di'Anno's voice sounds more like, I don't know, like dirty. Like it has the like a dirty feel, and that's a good thing. That's actually a compliment. This isn't. Bruce has a more cleaner vocal style, and I recognize some familiar elements, like when he's going, like when he's singing at the last verse, or in the pre-chorus when he's saying like to fight another day. It's like reminding me of the Trooper when it's like, we won't live to see another day, or something like that, you know, right? It even sounded the same, so instantly I was like, oh, okay, this is in my element. I know what this is now. Okay, so this is very like, damn, I could already tell the sonic shift just off of the lead singers, but it's not a bad switch. Like they're both good. From what I heard, I only heard 2 songs with Bruce Dickinson, but I'm already feeling it. Again, I'm gonna need more time to adjust to his sound, to his vocals. I felt like the vocal mixing, I don't know if it's because it's Bruce, like he's the reason the mixing is better, like just because like his vocal performance, but the mix sounds cleaner. I was able to hear him more. Or maybe that's just this album, because I'm listening to the 2015 remaster of The Number of the Beast. Instantly, this song has a lot of lyrics. A lot more than like the other songs. This one has a lot. It's like the first verse, it was hard for me to keep up with what he was saying. Like and it's obvious that it's about the Vikings, right? Like this is one of the most, if not the most obvious lyrical songs they've made, because right, they even say it by the last line in verse 3, the Saxons have been overpowered victims of the mighty Norsemen. Obviously, this is just detailing how the Vikings just came to rape, pillage, and fuck niggas up. Niggas is violent. Put this shit on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And saying Valhalla, bro, these dudes made a Viking song or like a warrior song much better than I ever could. Cause I have a song called Valhalla. That shit is trash compared to this. This is tight. Like, my song Valhalla is really not even about Vikings, just about thugging and gangbang. Because, right, how Valhalla's like kind of like heaven for warriors type shit. So, on my song, it's like, you're going to go to Valhalla because you're a warrior. Like, you're a gangbanger. Like, we gon' thug, you know, like, Valhalla, nigga, holla. I was trying to... Well, anyway, I'm not going to get into my own music. But the point is, these dudes made a Viking song way better than I ever could. And the chorus is so simple, but it's effective. Like, invaders. And then he changed. I just noticed in the, like, reading the lyrics that the chorus changes constantly, huh? Like the actual melody and like harmony is the same, like invaders, invader, boom. But he's changing the words. So invaders pillaging, invaders looting, invaders fighting, invaders marauding, and then the last one is invaders raping, and oh, without having even gotten into the like verses, off the chorus alone, you could tell. That's so cool and unique. Like that's so smart the way the songwriting. Whoever wrote the song, I don't know if it's Bruce Dickinson as well. Whoever wrote the song have a good sense of progression off of just like the lyrics, right? Because I could tell without having even read the verse like that okay, by the first verse they're coming, they're pillaging and they're looting, and then in the second verse they're fighting and they're marauding, right? So like they probably came in the first verse, they probably landed ashore, and then by the second verse, the Saxons, I believe, they noticed, the Norsemen, the Vikings, and they were like, yo, we need to fucking stand our ground and fight. But obviously they lose, and so now the invaders slash Norsemen slash Vikings have started raping and plundering. But what's the difference between plundering and looting? I mean, obviously they're different because they're different words, but like, are they not synonyms? I don't know. But let's go to the verses real quick. Longboats have been sighted. Obviously, that's Viking off that, right? Because they had longboats. And the evidence of war has begun. Many Nordic fighting men, their swords and shields gleam in the sun. Call to arms, defend yourselves, get ready to stand and fight for your lives. Judgment day has come around. So be prepared, don't run, stand your ground. Oh, see, like I said, yeah, so the verse is what I said. Like, the first verse is setting the scene like, yo, someone's coming. And so that's why the chorus reflects that, right? Like the invaders pillaging, invaders looting. So they just barely came. And then by verse 2, I'm pretty sure this is them fighting, right? Set ablaze the campfires and alert the other men from inland. Warning must be given, and there's not enough men here for a stand. That's kind of cool, huh? The way they rhyme inland with stand, like, that's kind of cool. The Vikings are too many, much too powerful to take on our own. We must have reinforcements. We cannot fight this battle alone. Okay, so yeah, like I said, so now they're fighting and marauding, and I bet they lost, huh? Oh, so this is the fighting. Axes grind and maces clash as wounded fighters fall to the ground. Severed limbs and fatal woundings, blood corpses lay all around. The smell of death and burning flesh, the battle-weary fight to the end. Those are kind of cool, like, inner rhymes. Death, flesh, end. Like, the way they're rhyming inside of the lines is kind of cool. The Saxons have been overpowered, victim to the mighty Norsemen. Oh, and even Norsemen. That's kind of cool. Oh, okay, so the chorus is the aftermath of the verse. It doesn't summarize the verse. Oh, okay, I get it. This is tight. Let's read the about. This song is a straightforward tale of a Viking invasion. It has a fast pace and a driving beat, whatever. Steve Harris, whoever, I don't know who Steve Harris is, but I'm assuming he's someone important, correct? Invaders is about an invasion of England as seen through the eyes of a Saxon. Although Run to the Hills have as a single the first track, this was Many Maiden's first exposure with Bruce Dickinson as frontman. Dickinson, of course, became a legend with the band. Okay, so this is Bruce Dickinson. Okay. So I was correct. Oh, well, the comments, you guys told me, so I'll give credit to you guys. Sorry. This was a cool intro. I don't know if I like it as much as Prowler and the Ides of March. Because the Ides of March grew on me. I'm not going to lie. The Ides of March, that solo, like that. Oh, I don't know. I might have to listen more to this one, but off of first listen, I'm going to say it's either of the three albums, this is either my second or the third place in terms of the intros. I don't know. Prowler is so good too. Oh, I don't know. I have to let you guys know which of the intros I like more. But this was good. This was a good intro. And I guess, like, how does it relate to the Number of the Beast, like the album title and the album cover? I can't really speak. Maybe the Vikings, the Norsemen prayed to the beast. Maybe. I don't know. With that being said, let's just hop right into the next song. Fuck all this lyrical miracle shit. Let's just get right to the music, cause let's get into it. Hey y'all, we just reacted to the intro Invaders. Sorry, it's not the Invaders, it's Invaders. And right now we're gonna hit into the second track, which is Children of the Dam. This is one of the ones that sounds tight. Let's get into it. This is a good sound already.
But watch his eyes burn you away. Black holes in his ghost.
He got that 1,000-yard stare. Hold on.
God knows
Holy, this is amazing! Bro, God damn, the vocals. God damn, this chorus is fucking good. Bruh. Damn, that song is so good. Holy shit. Holy shit. My favorite part was the chorus. Children of the Dam, with the it's like when, and then the extra instruments come through where I guess they played the different like beat. Like, holy shit. Bro, so far the highlight is Bruce. I don't know. Oh my goodness, like, he's so good. Holy shit. He's so good. He's so good. Hold up. Bruce is the highlight right now. Mr. Dickinson he has a very, very powerful voice, and I don't hear no rasp. It's very clean. His voice is very clean. Like, and I like the way he ended it with a "Children of the Dam," because like he's already done that in Trooper, this song, and the last song. What was it called? The Invaders. So I could tell off the rip, like, compared to Paul Di'Anno, he's more of a fan of, I think the word is called vibrato. He's more of a fan of like going like, oh, you know, like, which isn't a bad thing. This is Ty. He gives the, I don't know, he gives the song more energy than Paul does. Like, this is Ty. To me, I keep talking about Bruce right now because to me, he's the best part of this song. He's Children of the Dam. His chorus, again, is a simple chorus. He's just repeating Children of the Dam, but like his singing, I can feel it in my soul. I really like the first verse. The way it sounds, like, it just sounds tight. Like he's walking like a small child, but watch his eyes burn you away. Black holes in his golden state. God knows he wants to go home. Let's read the about, because to me it sounds like someone's being persecuted. That's what I feel like. I don't know though, like, because look, like, right, they're describing someone. It says he's walking like a small child. Is he not a small child? Is this a man that's like just happens to be Children of the Dam, or is this like an actual child? And then he's saying he walks like a dead man, but if he had to live, he would have crucified us all, which is important for what I'm about to say. Crucified us. He thought oblivion, well, it beckons us all. And so the reason why I'm hanging on crucify is because then now he's talking about burning the flames, you know, the flame sears the flesh, melting his face, peeling his skin, watch him die, he's dust. Obviously, they burn him at a stake, right? So that's why I'm harping on the little detail of crucify, because, like, did they crucify him and burn him on the crucifix, this child of the dam? But he keeps saying your, as in like us. Is he talking about us? Are we oppressed? Is this the point of the song? You turn into the light, you burn into the night, or is you he talking to the children? Like candles, watch them burn, burning in the light. You'll burn again tonight. There's a lot of burns. I'm not a fan of that, like in terms of like writing, cause like personally me, this is just all pure personal. This has nothing to do with like the actual like objectivity, but like I personally don't like when I write music, I don't like putting the same words consecutively. So he already in the last 4 lines he put like candles, watch them burn, burning in the light, you'll burn again tonight. Unless it's like you're trying to make a point. Yeah, but this was good. This was good. Let's read the about. The song is about the science fiction films Village of the Damned and Children of the Damned from 1960 and 1964. These are about telepathic children who are chased by the military but just want to live unharmed. Vocalist Bruce Dickinson said the song was inspired by Black Sabbath's song Children of the Sea. I haven't heard Black Sabbath, so I can't speak onto that, but I'm sure it was an inspiration. I'll just take their word for it. So I'm gonna have to watch those movies then, just so like, just so I could connect to the song even more. Cause as of now, I don't know anything about those films save for this little summarization. This was tight though. This is tight. And again, like keeping in with the theme of the number of the beast, obviously damnation, right? So okay, so we're still keeping in with that theme. 2 songs in and this shit's a banger. This was tight. This off the rip, just off of 2 songs, this giving me more vibes of the first album than of Killers, cause like the first album started off fast with Prowler. This one started off fast with Invaders. The second song was slower. I believe the second song was Remember Tomorrow. I could be wrong. And this one's Children of the Damned, and this one had that slower feel in the beginning. I kind of got caught off guard. I thought this was gonna be one of the more somber, slower songs like Remember Tomorrow and I forgot I forgot the song name, but it's like I'm not really here, like living here. I forgot the name of the song, but I thought it was gonna be around that lane. But hell no, they switched it up on me. By the chorus is like, it was like, okay, this is gonna be more energetic. So it didn't stay in that somber lane, which is surprising. I thought it was gonna just be more chillers, like to relax us off of Invaders, but then they picked up the pace. This was tight. This was a good one. Off the 2, I like this one. This one's fire. This is tight. Let's see if it maintains itself as my favorite so far. But this is good. This is tight. About to do track 3, Prisoner. Or is it The Prisoner? Oh, it's The Prisoner. This one just sounds tight because like I'm attuned to the prison system and shit. I'm not saying it's a cool thing. I'm just saying, like, I'm system impacted.
Who is number 1? You are number 6.
The number of the beast?
I am not a number. I am a free man.
The new number 2. Who is number 1? The drums are kicking. Maybe The Prisoner is not about like jail. Maybe they're talking about prisoners of like religion. Off the title, I haven't read the lyrics yet. It's tight. The guitars are crazy. shit, this is tight. I'm a free man. Oh, now where my past was. Okay, that was The Prisoner. Well, I believe that was track 3, right? I think that was track 3. Yeah. That was tight. It reminded me of Running Free a little bit. I'm running free. I'm running free. I'm in jail. He even talked about jail in that song, huh? Yeah, I spent a night in jail. Yeah. Yeah, he does. And then the chorus, where's it at? Is it the chorus or the pre-chorus when he says run, fight to breathe is tough. Now you see me, now you don't. Break the walls, I'm coming out. And with the theme of like being free and prisoner, it reminds me of fucking I don't know if the song's called Rusty Cage by Johnny Cage. Well, I'm gonna break, I'm gonna break the cage and run. That's what it reminded me of. Like, okay, you gonna come out regardless? Fuck it. That's the definition of free. Let's see where this is from. Let's click on this. These lines, the intro. These lines are straight from the few lines of the first episode of a British TV show called The Prisoner. The full dialogue goes like, okay, I'm not a number, you are number 6. Okay. So these dudes, they like adapting shit, huh? Because they fucking adapted Edgar Allan Poe on Murders in the Rue Morgue. They adapted Children of the Village or whatever that shit's called. The 2 movies, they adapted, I guess, some of the themes of this show called The Prisoner. They also adapted, what else? Oh, Phantom of the Opera. That's what I was thinking of. So they like adapting a lot of shit. That's kind of cool. I've never personally thought of adapting. I guess I'm sort of similar. I use themes and samples from songs and shit, from media and shit. Like, I'll grab like a movie sample shit. Typically it's like in the crime lane, like I'll sample The Godfather or Narcos or some shit. But like, the lyricism isn't based on those things, you know. I just use the samples because I think they sound cool. But the actual lyrics, like the lyricism and the verses, I write off of my lived experiences. So it's kind of cool to see them do that type of shit. Like, just like, you know, like, I guess I would say like wear their influences on their sleeve, if that makes any sense. The actual sound of this song was tight. Like, my favorite part was the instrumental break. That shit got crazy. That was tight. The instrumental break was good. And I really liked the chorus. It had that like defiance, but like in a good way, where it's like, bro, you can't hold me down. I'm gonna be me, you know. I'm gonna be me regardless, and I don't care what happened in the past. I know where I'm going, you know. Like, bro, like, that's a known, you know, saying, because it's true. It's like, bro, fuck what happened then. I'm focused on what's happening now and in the future. You know what I mean? And obviously, like I pointed out, I don't have context for like the show The Prisoner, but I picked up that they called him number 6. But he's rejecting the number of the beast, the character, right? Because, well, I don't know if the number of the beast is 6. It could be 666. It could be 777. How the fuck do I know? I haven't heard the song. But in terms of like just off of like information I already know, like just from my lived experiences, I'm gonna assume the number of the beast is 6 right now. So it's kind of like he's rejecting it, right? They label him. They're like, oh, it's number 2, it's number 1, and they're like, you're number 6, and he's like, nigga, no, I'm not a number. I am me. I'm not a statistic, nigga. I'm gonna be me. So that's kind of tight off just a sample. And again, Bruce, man, this guy loves just like ending the songs with like, oh, Because he did that with the last one, and he did that with the one prior. He did that with Children of the Dam, and he did it again where, like, that's how the song ended. The I know where I'm going, and then whatever, boom, 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 bash. So he's like a fan of just flexing his vocals, which I'm not mad at it, bro. He has very powerful vocals. I definitely do not have that type of what's it called, like breath control. Hell nah, I'm gassing out. Well, I'm not a singer, I'm a rapper, but like I'm gassing out, but like, you know, like I'm done, and I can't even hold a note like this guy. Obviously, he's much better than me, but he's tight. This is cool. Let's continue. Alright, we just reacted to The Prisoner, and now we're headed into the 4th track. So I guess we're 50% of the way there. 22 Acacia Avenue. I don't know what this could be about. Let's see what it's about though. The about kind of spoiled it already. I guess this is about Charlotte the Harlot, which was my least favorite song off the first album.
If you're feeling down, depressed and lonely,
Me? Oh my god, don't tell me he's gonna talk about banging a Charlotte the Harlot at 22 Acacia. What's the price? 8? How much is 15 quid, y'all? Facts. He sounds like kind of like creepy. Oh, he's a pimp. He pushing P? Oh, he's a pimp. Oh, Lord. He's like, go ahead, bro. You can hit it. No, the effects are tight. The Avenue. Ah, they did this in Charlotte the Harlot too. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh. Holy shit! Holy shit! That was 22 Acacia Avenue. Holy shit! That's my favorite song on the album. 4 songs in, halfway through, that's my favorite song so far. That was tight. That was a journey. That was tight. At first, I was kind of worried when I read that it's a second of 4 about Charlotte the Harlot. Like, I was like, damn. Not that it was a bad song, but it was my least favorite off the first one. I was like, damn. Like, hell nah. Hell nah. This. Holy shit. Holy shit. Bro. The instrumental break and the instrumental outro and the outro, that whole, oh my god, like the last 2-3 minutes, that shit was tight. The whole song was good, but just that alone, that shit was tight. That shit. And it comes out of nowhere, and it's crazy how like, I don't know if it was the somewhere around like the second half of the song, it reminded me of Charlotte the Harlot, because like, you know how Charlotte the Harlot kind of like turns into kind of like a, like it sounds like a, not a stereotypical, that's not the word I want to use, but it kind of changes into like a more like stereotypical love song, like you broke my heart, something like that, right? Like Charlotte, something like that, I believe. And so they kind of did that again. So I instantly caught it. I was like, oh, we're doing that like little vibe switch. But it wasn't as drastic. And then they kick up the gear and it goes into like Transylvania Phantom of the Opera type vibes where it's like, all right, let's go in. This was the lyrics themselves were also good. And again, I don't know if it's the mixing or if it's Bruce Dickinson, but I could hear the verses now. Remember how like the first 2 reactions, my complaint was that like, damn, it was kind of hard for me to pick them out. But I could hear it. Like now I'm enjoying the songs a lot more on a first listen, because I'm also able to hear the lyrics, if that makes any sense. Like, so again, usually, right, that's what I'm saying. Usually with the first verse, they're setting the scene. With Invader, they're setting the scene where it's like the swords gleaming and you see the longboats. And Children of the Dam, he sets the scene with the 1,000-yard stare. And yeah, they're just usually the first verses that I've caught on is that they set the scene with the first verse, and just like all the other ones, they're setting the scene. Like, if you're feeling down, depressed, lonely, you could go to, you know, Acacia Avenue and go bang this bitch. Obviously, the lady he knows is 15 quid. What is 15 quid in US dollars? Oh, I didn't even catch that. I apologize. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the first album. So, but damn, I'm so ADHD. I got 1,000 thoughts running in my head. But like, all right. So, like I said earlier in the reaction, I feel like not Return of Form, because only 3 albums, but like I feel like the Number of the Beast sounds more like Iron Maiden, the debut album, more than Killers, because Killers had like a darker sound. This one has that more like Iron Maiden sound, if that makes any sense. And this song itself, for me personally, is like personal validation, because like, yeah, I was onto it, because not only did I feel like it had the vibes of the first album, we have a sequel to the first album, like, which is the second song is Charlotte the Harlot. And so with that being said, the 15 quid question that I was asking, I guess I didn't pay attention. My bad. I might have to go and listen to the first album, because apparently in the first song, she charges a $5 for starters and 10 for the main course. I swear to God, I do not recall that lyric. That's how you could tell I don't really listen to that song. I might have to go and listen to it and the first album in general. I apologize. I might have to do my homework. And so so in the middle of the reaction, I was saying how, like, hold up, is this guy a pimp? Because is it the second word? Yeah, the second verse, he's like, you could tell her you know me, you might even get it for free, you could take my honest word for it. So at first I was like, damn, this was his pimp, this was Charlotte's pimp, that's kind of crazy. But then, you know, in the pre-chorus, he's saying like, you know, he's like, why don't you get out this shit? Can't you see it only makes you sad when you entertain men of, like, you know, possibly catching some shit? And he's like warning her, you know, in the pre-chorus. So then it's like, hold up, a pimp isn't gonna warn you. And then it really solidified that he's not the pimp when he's on some, like, what's it called, when he's on some Captain Ho Saver shit. Yeah. In the outro, he's on some Captain Save-A-Ho shit where he's like, yeah, see, your life's good. Don't you know that you're hurting all the people that love you? Don't cast them aside. It's no life for you. Stop all that screwing. You're packing your bags. You're coming with me. So he's on some Captain Save-A-Ho shit. So when he said that, like, he knows her and all that, is he like a consistent customer? Or is the character like a family member? Or is it like a friend? You know what I mean? Because at first I thought he was a pimp, because he's like, just tell her you know me, you might even get it for free type shit. But then now he's saying, like, you know, people that love you, you're hurting them, and you're coming with me. So now he's Captain Save-A-Ho. So I'm like, is this a different POV of a different character? Or is this that same person, and maybe it could be her brother, a friend, you know, an ex? We don't know. You guys will let me know. But I feel like it's someone else now, because he's warning her in the pre-chorus. He's telling her to leave with him in the outro. But he obviously knows her, because like I said, like in verse 2, it's obvious that, you know, they know each other. Obviously, you will find it warm inside. You know, obviously you could talk about the place, like where they're hosting, but it's also the pussy. You know, the pussy's warm and moist. And the red light's burning bright tonight. The red light district, I'm pretty sure. Let's click on it. This line could be a reference to the Red Light Abatement Act signed in 1913 and effective in 14, which prevented the establishment of further business of buildings that would house prostitution. Nah, bro. I don't think it's that. I don't think it is that at all. I think it's the Red Light District. Or you guys could tell me, but I think it's the Red Light District type shit. How do I know about that? No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Nah, but this song, crazy. If you would have told me that my favorite song so far off this album would be the fucking sequel to Charlotte the Harlot, I wouldn't believe you. But holy shit, it was tight. Yeah, let's get right into the title track. Track number 5, The Number of the Beast. Let's get the track rolling. Back to track 5, the title track, The Number of the Beast. The art looks cool. The art looks crazy. That shit looks crazy as hell. Now that I'm looking at it, the like mask thing he's holding up in the cover art, it looks like the mask from Purgatory, from Killers, which I love Purgatory. Please take me away. Let's just get into it. So this is track 5, The Number of the Beast. There's a lot more samples in this one, or like spoken shit. It's crazy. Wait. Oh, so it is 666.
I left alone. My mind was blank. I needed time to think.
Is this Bruce as well?
Memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe?
Oh, it is Bruce. Nice.
I just have to see what's someone watching me. 666.
Well, he's the good. I knew it. Watch. I knew it. Okay, so that was track 5, The Number of the Beast. I'm a little disappointed. I thought I was gonna like it more, but no. Honestly, it's probably my least favorite so far, which I'm surprised. I thought it was gonna be my favorite. It was just cause like, I don't know. I felt like the instrumental was like, it was just okay. It didn't have a lot of like progression or like a lot of like the solo or whatever they call it in this transcription. They call it instrumental break. The instrumental break was just okay. It wasn't on the level of like fucking like 22 Acacia Avenue or Phantom of the Opera, or it wasn't on that type of level. It was cool. It wasn't bad. It was just alright. Where's this sample from? Who's Barry Clayton? An adaptation of Revelations. I wouldn't know because I don't read the Bible. I'm not gonna read all this, but I'm just assuming it's the devil. But who's Barry Clayton? Iron Maiden wanted Vincent Price, but the legendary horror actor refused to do anything for less than $25,000. Hence, British radio personality Barry Clayton was enlisted. Okay, so I don't even know who Vincent Price either is, but I mean, I'm not really into horror like that, so I wouldn't really know. Okay, so it's just some random ass nigga. Well, I mean, he's not random. He's an announcer. But, okay. Alright, so, like, if you guys been keeping up with my reactions and you watch Killers, you know about my theory of Killer, that, like, Killers, I feel it's an album about one character who is a split personality between the killer personality, which is, like, the Wrathchild, and a split personality between, like, the prodigal son, the one who wants deliverance and shit. Well, with that being said, like, I feel like you could have thrown this song on that album and it'll fit the narrative, because, like, like, he's saying in the lyrics, like, oh, is it fantasy? Is it real? This nigga schizo. Maybe it's that split personality character that I was talking about in the prior reaction. And that's why he says, like, he's mesmerizing, can't avoid the eyes, I feel drawn. He's saying I got to snitch to the law and shit, but I feel like compelled towards this shit. But in terms of this album, if we're connecting it to the other songs, then obviously it has the number of the beast has a big connection with Children of the Dam. Off the titles alone, right? Damn, damnation, beast, the number of the beast, and like, you know, when he's saying, like, you know, torches blaze, sacred chants were phrased as they start to cry, hands held to the sky in the night. The fires are burning bright. The ritual has begun. Satan's work is done. Maybe that verse 3 is the Children of the Dam song. You know, when he's like, oh fuck, searing his flesh and his eyes are boiling or some shit like that, you know? So maybe the children in Children of the Dam, or whoever's being crucified in that song, is verse 3, you know, like they're being burned and they're crying and shit. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what it is. And then the outro is not the character no more. It's actually Satan, huh? Right? Because it's I now, right? Oh, it's the... Oh, see, yeah, it is the satanic... It is the satanic... Yeah, you could tell because he's saying, I'm coming back, I'm going to return, I'm going to possess your body and I'll make you burn. I have the fire, I have the force, I have the power to make my evil take its course. Okay, so maybe when Satan comes back, he's going to... And he says he's going to possess your body and make you burn. Maybe he's talking about the Children of the Dam, because even though the Children of the Dam was screaming when they were getting burned and shit, he was smiling, right? In the song it says, right, like, oh, he was smiling or something like that, I'm pretty sure, while getting burned. So maybe, like, it hurts, obviously it hurts physically, but maybe they were smiling because, like, they're satisfying their Lord, or whoever this figure is, you know? Possibly. It was cool though. It wasn't bad. It was just like, I'm kind of indifferent about it. I might need more time to listen to it. I'm a little caught off guard by like how fucking, you know, satanic the actual song is, because like I don't really listen to like satanic shit. And then I grew up in a Christian household. I'm personally non-religious, but like, I mean, if I play this around my mom, she's probably gonna try to kick me out. You know what I mean? Type shit. Damn, there's a big ass fucking about. Let's just go through it real quick. It was the second single from the 1982 album. It was influenced by the movie Damien Omen 2. Okay, I know about the Omen. All black like the Omen. I haven't watched it, but I know about it. Basically, this song is about a dream. It's not about devil worship. It's one of Iron Maiden's most famous and one most heavy metal's most recognizable song. Okay, so this is a pretty known song. But it's about a dream. Well, I guess he's right, because, well, technically, hold up. Who's the one that said that? Steve Harris, you know you on some bullshit. That's like a political answer. Like, the song is about a dream, it's not about devil worship. But what's in your dream, bro? I'm not saying that Steve or whoever, Bruce or whatever, Iron Maiden worships the devil. But it's pretty fucking obvious that it is about devil worship. You can mask it and say, oh, it's about a dream. But what's that dream about, bro? It's about devil worship. You're literally saying 666. Like, I have no problem with the devil worshiping. Again, I'm just saying, like, come on, bro. Like, it's obvious that it's about devil worship. Like, come on, bro. Even if you mask it as a dream. Like, bro, just because, like, let's say I make a movie and it's like John Wick, but the whole time John Wick is dreaming it. Are you gonna say the movie's about a dream or it's about a fucking hitman? It's about a hitman, bro. You know what I mean? It's not about the dream, because the dream is just like of the vehicle, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But let's keep reading. Song starts with a quote from the Bible. During the recording of the album, there were rumors floating that the supernatural occurrences have been going on in the studio, such as lights flipping and shit. Culminated in a car accident. Martin Birch was involved, the bill of which was 666 GBP. This was used as evidence that Satan and the Antichrist had a hand in making this. Many preachers and enemies of rock music were led to believe Maiden were Satanists because of the song's title. Steve Harris replied, They got the wrong end of the stick. They obviously haven't read the lyrics. They just wanted to believe all that rubbish about us being Satanists. Bruce Dickinson's high-pitched scream at the end of the intro was a result of Martin Birch forcing the band to replay the intro several times. Dickinson became so fed up with the repeats that he emitted the scream out of frustration, and it fits so well that the... I gotta hear it. I don't even know what scream they're talking about. But again, that's the bad thing about a reaction. Like, you guys are only getting my initial thoughts. I'm not able to pick apart like little details about him screaming and shit. It completely flew by me and shit. Or even the meanings of the songs. Like, I know I just argue that it is satanic, but I mean, he's saying that, you know, people who think it's satanic didn't read the lyrics, but I'm reading the lyrics and it's like, it sounds satanic. Well, not satanic in like, alright, I feel like, damn, I feel like this is gonna be a touchy topic, but I feel like the lyrics are satanic, but that doesn't mean it's Satanist. Does that make sense? Like, you know, like, you could talk about death, but not be fucking obsessed with death. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what the lyrics convey. Cause, bro, like, in what world would you not interpretate 666 number, the beast, hell and fire, a fucking sacrifice, Satan? They literally say Satan's work is done. Like, how do you not interpret that as like Satan themes? Now, I'm not saying it's I'm saying the themes could be satanic, but it's not Satanist, as in they're not worshiping it. You feel what I'm saying? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Damn, I feel like this is gonna be a song I might have to listen to more and more, because on the surface of just one reaction, I felt like it was basic. Like, I feel like there wasn't much to it, but obviously there's a lot of hubbub made about this song, and apparently it's one of the most known heavy metal songs. So I'm gonna have to do my due diligence and listen to this shit and listen to Charlotte the Harlot, both of those, so I could completely understand this album. Also, Steve Harris composed it. Composer means he made the music, right? That doesn't mean he wrote the lyrics, right? That would be the writer, right? Right? Okay. Alright, it was cool. It wasn't bad. And I'm fine with the lyrics. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't care if it's about the devil or God, whatever. If anything, I prefer more Satanist lyricism compared to fucking God and Christian shit. Like, I probably get to, like, 5 people I get to be like, man, fuck you. But, like, yeah, if anything, I'm fine with the lyricism and the subject matter. Like, I'll be more frustrated if it was Christian music. Christian music's fucking annoying, especially when they record it in the churches and shit. They'd be like, remolineando a mi señor. That shit's fucking annoying. No, that means I don't want to get into that. Let's just go to track 6, Run to the Hills. That sounds like a good one. We just reacted to Number the Beast, and we're about to react to Run to the Hills. This thing has a cool cover. He's like, is he axing Satan? This shit is tight. I'm only kind of excited for this only because one of my lyrics from one of my songs, I think the song's called Guitarra. I'm like, running to the hill, got my gun is still, something like that. So let's get into it though. Fuck this. Let's not make it about me. The drums are so good. Oh shit, that's kind of fucked up. Damn, so the whites are telling that to the Redskins. That's fucked up. Whenever my interest is waning, or I'm like, the song's alright, they gotta come through with some thick ass beats. That was tight. Run for your life. Run to the hill. Run for your life. Run for your life. Bro's dick innocent, finishing it off in the best way he knows how by just fucking saying like, ah. He loves doing that shit, bro. He's already done it on like most of the songs. Alright, so another one that I'm like indifferent about. It's cool. That's the one thing I will say about Iron Maiden. There's not a single song I could say so far from the ones that I heard that's like bad. None of these are bad. They're just some are better than others. And for me personally, I feel like this song was a little middling compared to what they already provided within this same album, because I feel like the highlight is Children of the Dam and 22 Acacia Avenue, with the Number of the Beast and Run to the Hills being a little like on a lower scale, and like Invaders and The Prisoner being like in the middle. So far, from what I'm understanding, like from what I'm hearing so far, let me try to see if this is correct. From 6 songs, well, I guess 7 if you count the Trooper. From 6 songs with Bruce Dickinson, I feel like Iron Maiden they're already like more open to like singing about what would be the word, like war events, you know, or like battles. I'm gonna say battles. I feel like once Bruce Dickinson came in the picture, they started singing about battles, right? Because like, let's just say if Bruce Dickinson created the song Genghis Khan off Killers, I could guarantee you that it would have not have been an instrumental. It would have had lyrics, and it probably would have been Bruce just being like, you know, here we go, rampaging. You're like, you know, singing about fucking destroying people and shit. Cause we already have The Trooper, which is a story about a battle, right? I don't know which one, but I'm pretty sure it's like the Revolutionary War or some shit like that with muskets. I'm sorry if I don't know. Run to the Hills, which is obviously about natives versus the white man. What do they call it? The settlers, invaders, the colonizers, whatever word you want to use. Invaders, which is another about colonizers, is about Vikings versus the, what did they say? I forgot who they were invading. They say it at the end of the song. But yeah, so we have Invaders, Run to the Hills, The Trooper. Like, I feel like they have like a new shift in song like material where it's like, now let's talk about battles. Don't tell me Gangland is gonna be another song about a battle, which isn't a complaint. It's just something I noticed. You know, whereas like so far, I feel like Paul Di'Anno as the lead singer, that type of Iron Maiden was more like literature, right? Like Phantom of the Opera, Murders in the Rue Morgue. Yeah, so I feel like that was more literature based, and I feel like this is more like battle based, like his historical wars. I probably just sound goofy. Maybe it's just the feel of this album, but that's instantly what I caught on. But yeah, it was cool. And my favorite part was leading out of the guitar solo when you could hear Bruce like just doing vocal noises. They're not noises, but like melodies, you know, like he's not saying a word, but he's obviously going like, oh, you know, like I don't know what the word is called, but you know, he's harmonizing, whatever you want to call it. My favorite part was like he's harmonizing leading into the outro, the Run to the Hills. It was tight the way it led into it. That was tight. I feel like this album in general is gonna be a grower on me. I'm not saying that it's bad. I just feel like I need more time to digest this one in particular, because it is a sonic shift. It is not massive, because obviously Maiden's gonna do whatever they did. If Steve Harris was also on the prior ones, then obviously you got his feeling and all that. But I'm just saying, like, in terms of like subject matter and all that, and it's much more lyrical, because I don't think any of these songs have been an instrumental, right? Whereas the other ones, sometimes the lyrics are kind of sparse, and there's whole ass instrumental songs, right? Like Killers had 2 instrumentals, you know, and I think Purgatory was a song. Purgatory like even repeats the verse twice, you know, whereas this one, he's giving a whole ass detailed story multiple times. And in terms of like lyrics, there's a lot of story and lyrical progression in each and every song. In Invaders, you know, it starts off with the swords gleaming and the longbows, and then eventually they get their asses beat. I forgot who's the people they were invading. I'll know with more time. Well, I could just read it, but I don't want to. But, you know, so it obviously has a progression, a story, like just lyrically. Like, I'm not even talking about progression within the music. Children of the Dam, another song with multiple forms of progression, where lyrically, where it's like oh, starting off with like the gays, and then by the end the children's getting sacrificed. The Prisoner, I think that's the only one where it's like even that one doesn't really have progression. But like 22 Acacia Avenue, it has progression as well. We're setting the scene, and then by the end he's saying, hey, Charlotte, let's get the fuck out of here. Number of the Beast has progression too, because he's just talking about the dream and all that, and then by the end Satan pops up. You know how niggas like, I'm coming for you, I'm gonna burn you. Run to the Hills, another one with progression, because we first start off with the perspective of the Indians or natives or redskins, whatever word you want to call them. Pardon me if any of these are offensive towards you, but those are the words they use themselves. So, right, because it says white man, or it could just be a narrator. This whole intro part, the like white man came across the sea. Oh no, it's not a narrator. Yeah, it is the perspective of the Indian, because he says he brought us pains. Yeah, so it is the perspective. He killed our tribes. Yeah, so it is the perspective of the Indian, native, whatever word you want to use. And then it turns into the perspective of the white man, right? Like the run to the hills, run for your lives. Or what does it specifically say? We're running through the clouds, right? Also, if anything, maybe the intro is the perspective of the Indians, and the rest of the song is a narrator narrating what's happening. You get what I'm saying? Okay. But either way, even this song has a progression in the lyrics. It starts off with like white man came, they're galloping, they're beating our asses, and the only good women are the only good Indians are tame. That's some real. That lyric in particular is like, oh shit, like that's like some real dark shit, like on some racist shit, like when they be like, no offense, like the only good nigga's a dead nigga, you know, like that type of shit. Like, it's like, oh shit, this is a real dark shit. Obviously, I'm pretty sure this doesn't reflect Iron Maiden's ideals and perspectives, right? Because obviously they're telling a story about something that really happened, a tragic event that happened multiple times and shit. Let's read the about. The song documents the conflict that occurred between European settlers in the New World and Native American tribes. It's written in both perspectives, covering the natives in the first and the Europeans in the rest. Okay, so no, I think whoever transcribed it was right. I think the about is wrong. I think the first verse is an intro, because after they're done with the first verse / intro, the beat changes and it gets more progressive. So I think it is an intro. I don't think it's a verse. I think verse 1 is correct. Whoever transcribed it, I think is correct. I think the about is the wrong part. This was the first top 10 hit in the UK for Iron Maiden. It was number 27 on their 40 greatest metal songs and number 14 on the greatest hard rock. So is heavy metal not hard rock? Or are they the same thing? What's going on? Damn, I feel like I don't know, like I don't want to like change my opinions based on others, but I feel dumb because like I'm not seeing what other people are seeing. But again, please understand, and I apologize that this is my first time part in listening to the album, so I'm not like able to like pick out everything. But it's like, bro, for this to be on ranked number 27 and number 14 on top 40 like rock songs is like, I don't hear it. I think if you're gonna put that to Run the Hills, why don't you put that for Wrathchild or something? I don't know, if I haven't read those lists, but if those songs aren't higher and this song is higher than those, I don't know how that's possible, bro. Because Phantom of the Opera, Wrathchild, Purgatory, Transylvania, Iron Maiden, the actual song, Genghis Khan, like I feel like those are all better than Children of the Dam, 22 Acacia, I feel like all those are better than Run to the Hills. No offense, Run to the Hills, but I'm gonna need more time listening to this. I'm definitely gonna do multiple re-listens, because in case you guys didn't know, by the way, I do listen to the albums after. Usually at gym, I'll listen to them, so I get different thoughts and shit, and sometimes I'll update y'all. But yeah, with that being said, that was Run to the Hills. Let's move on to track 7, which is probably the song I'm most excited for off the title alone, Gangland. This sounds like some dark shit. This better be some like real dark shit. We better be thugging on this shit. The drums throughout this whole album have been tight. That's tight. Alright. That was Gangland, track 7. Let me read just the about real quick because I already kind of spoiled it. This song is about fear and uncertainty, something like 1930s Al Capone style Gangland. When the band released Run to the Hills, they had decided between this Total Eclipse to be on the B-side. The other song would be chosen for the album. The band hastily decided it should be the B-side. So the band decided that Total Eclipse should be the B-side, which the band regretted ever since. We chose the wrong track as the B-side. I think if Total Eclipse had been on the album instead of Gangland, it would have been far better. Damn. Now I'm kind of like, I kind of want to listen to Total Eclipse now. So they feel, so they're not saying which song is better. They just feel like in terms of the album, Total Eclipse was a better fit. I never heard of the song obviously, but I'm going to have to listen to it. I might do a solo reaction to just Total Eclipse real quick, just to throw a little something later on after I post this. In terms of this song, let's get to this song, Gangland. It wasn't what I thought it would be, but I don't even know what I thought it was going to be. But I don't even know where they got Al Capone style Gangland. I don't even know where that came from because I got no Al Capone vibes in this shit. It's just some real gangster shit, you know? You're running today, tomorrow you might be saved, you pray. So a lot of this, continuing the themes with the album of the Number of the Beast, even this, a song about like, you know, Gangland, about like some real trenches shit, even that connects to the theme of like the Number of the Beast, because we're talking about praying, being saved, daylight. There's a lot of light references in this album, like the light, the candles, the night, fire. There's a lot of references to light. There's a lot of references to praying. There's a lot of mention to death, like dead men tell no tales, gangland murders up for sale. The chorus is tight, like the lyrics are tight. Man, when it picked up for like the solo was tight. Let's click on it. The solo is played by Adrian Smith. That's interesting. This section immediately following Adrian's solo is pretty interesting. It's followed by several bars of rhythm guitar where Dave was supposed to record his solo, but they either forgot to record it or they forgot to add it to the mix. It's quite noticeable when you're looking for it. I don't understand. Can someone please explain this part? I don't know what they're talking about. A knife at your throat and a body on the pile. Like, a contract to keep and in service with a smile. Murder for vengeance, murder for gain, death on the street or blacked out in jail. These niggas is gang banging and shit. These niggas is thugging. In terms of lyricism, it's like some straight gangster shit that, like, you know, shit that I might rap about. Musically, I wasn't feeling it. Like, I mean, it was cool, it wasn't bad, but I wasn't like on board until like the solo, man. I'm telling y'all, I think this is gonna be a grower of a song and an album. I feel like I'll first listen without having listened to Hallowed Be Thy Name. I feel like the second half is kind of like weaker, I'm gonna be honest, because I like Children of the Dam and 22 Acacia Avenue, and the ones that I'm saying that are a little more on the like I gotta listen to them more side is the second half. All of them, Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, Gangland, all three, that's been like the number one through line where it's like I gotta listen to it more, because it's not bad, it's just not like, see, here's the thing with the Iron Maiden shit. It's like, I kind of said it in like one of the other songs. I don't know which one I had said it for, but like with these fools, like when I'm not feeling a song or like when I'm not feeling the lyrics, by the end they'll have an element that keeps me like smiling, that I'm like, damn, this was so good. Like same with this song. Like, I'm not saying that this song was bad, but like the part that like I was kind of just like, okay, it's cool. But then as soon as it hit the solo, it's like, oh shit, this is amazing. So now I have to, I don't know how long the song is, right? It was like 3-4 minutes. Yeah, let's just say 4 minutes, 3:46. You know, for a 4-minute song, I kind of, to get to the part I like, I'm going to have to listen to like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? And then finish it off, which is not a bad thing. It's just, I feel like that's what lends to these songs being growers for me. Because like, there's a noticeable part that I like, a part that sticks out to me, which is the solo. But to reach that solo, I had to listen to the verse and the chorus before that, which isn't bad, because then it, after, you know, kind of like the exposure effect, after a certain amount of time spent listening to the part that to me is like lesser, quote unquote, is I'ma eventually get used to it and obviously like it. Same with like how I was with Murders in the Rue Morgue. Like I wasn't really feeling the verse, like the but I really like the Murders in the Rue Morgue, someone called the gendarmes. And so to get to that part, I had to listen to the verses. But now, because I listen to the verses so much, I like them now, you know. So I feel like the same thing's gonna happen with the second half of the album, where it's like, to get to the part to Run to the Hills where he's like, I'm gonna have to listen to the, you know, the first 3 minutes, 2 minutes. But by then I'm gonna want to hear that eventually. Same for the Number of the Beast. Like Children of the Dam is different, because my favorite part comes like 40 seconds into the song, like Children of the Dam, you know, so stuff like that. But it was still a cool song though. I'm not saying it's bad. This was a good song. It was tight, especially like, I'm telling y'all, like the solos and all that, they bump them up by a lot of points. My enjoyment, it bumps up my enjoyment by a lot. With that being said, that was Gangland. Let's finish out this quite short album with Hallowed Be Thy Name, which is either the song I was hyped for the most or the second most hyped song, because like I said, it's one of the most viewed songs in Tidal. And I mean, it just sounds tight. I feel like besides Number of the Beast, Hallowed Be Thy Name is the most obvious connection. Just off of the title, it's the most obvious connection to Number of the Beast, as in like the album title. Alright, so let's head into it. Alright everybody, we're in the final song, track 8, Hallowed Be Thy Name, off the Number of the Beast, last song. Let's get into it. The song's 7 minutes long, so one of my favorite Maiden songs is 7 minutes long, Phantom of the Opera. So
I'm waiting in my cold cell when the bell begins to chime, reflecting on my past life, and it doesn't have much time. 'Cause at 5 o'clock they take me to the gallows pole. The sands of time for me are running
low. He's still going. Holy shit. Best song on the album. Strange world. Oh man. That was amazing. Holy shit. That was the best song on the album. Instantly too, like as soon as holy shit. Holy shit. They need to do 7-minute songs only. Once they get into that multiple beat switch shit and they're just allowed time to let the beat build, they're untouchable. This shit was amazing. It had that. One thing I'm gonna say about Iron Maiden is so far they're 3 for 3 on outros. They make perfect outros, like, and it's tailored for each thing. Like Iron Maiden, the song for the album Iron Maiden, it was a good outro because it's kind of like a summarization of the type of shit that they were on, you know. And then the outro for Killers is Drifter, and Drifter is kind of has that hopeful feel, you know, like they went from Wrathchild, oh, I'm gonna travel around looking for my man, to, oh man, I'm gonna travel around singing my song. And then in this album, they went from, like, you know, Children of the Dam and Number of the Beast to Hallowed Be Thy Name, where it's like it kind of has that, like, almost like triumphant feeling, like it's kind of like a kind of reminds me of Drifter, but it's not as hopeful as Drifter. It's more like, you know, like I feel like summarization, almost celebratory. It's not the exact word I would use, but this shit was amazing. And like the two instrumental breaks were tight, especially the second one when they started adding all the other stuff. This is amazing. And of course, he ends the album and the song the same way this was been ending it consistently, with the, like, yeah. He loves ending his songs like that, I'm telling y'all. And it was tight. I want to click it to see what they're talking about. But when he said in verse 4, when you know your time is close at hand, maybe you'll begin to understand. Life down here is a strange illusion. That reminds me of Strange World. Let's see if they notice that as well. When you know your death is coming, you begin to reflect on life. Bruce can be implying that we're living in a dream, like down here, similar to the Matrix, and get caught up in the illusion. Bruh, whoever transcribed this or explained this, they should have brought up Strange World. And again, that's like another, what I've been saying, kind of like with the first album connections. You know, life down here is a strange illusion. You know, to me, that's kind of like a little wink, wink, nod back to, like this is a strange world. I don't want to be here no more. How does it go? That song, something like that. Like I don't feel like I'm living or something like that. So it's kind of like connecting back to that. Like I was saying, my theory that this is almost like a return to the first album, if that makes any sense. And let's read the about real quick. The song is a somber reflection of a prisoner on his day as death sentence to be carried out. We're no given context. Oh, whoever described the about, they're smart, because look, the listener is given no context regarding the prisoner's crimes, but could he be the narrator from several of the tracks on Killers? But it is instead treated as an introspective look. So like, whoever transcribed the about section of this song, I feel like they're onto something. Like, I feel like this could be the character that I was talking about in Killers. You know, like my theory that Killers is that split personality character. Where did I mention them? And they could also be the same character on The Number of the Beast, where the beast is like calling out to them in their dream and stuff. And like maybe the Number of the Beast song makes them do the stuff that they talk about like in Killers and Wrathchild and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so Hallowed Be Thy Name could be the conclusion to that character's arc, where it's like remember he was running from the gendarmes, and that he's never gonna go back and stuff like that. So maybe he eventually got arrested, and they put him on trial for his crimes, and he's about to get really executed, you know. So he's saying, you know, the sands of time are running low. He's reflecting. When the priest comes can it be some sort of error, terror, some crazy dream? Look, in the end, is it not some crazy dream? Again, we're going back to the concept of dreams. Like what we also heard about the concept of dreams in I think Purgatory, right? Like, and also like Strange World. Like, you know, we're bringing back the concept of dreams. And again, somebody please tell me I'm dreaming. It's not easy for me to stop from screaming. So he's very scared, you know, like he said, "Man, why am I crying? I'm not afraid of dying. And don't I believe there never is an end?" So maybe he's like, when he says, "Don't I believe that there never is an end?" Maybe he's talking about Purgatory, the song, because, you know, Purgatory is a never-ending cycle, you know? It could be that. You know, obviously, someone yells, "God be with you." If there's a God, why has he let me go? I can agree with that. As I walk, my life drifts before me. Drifter. You see? Let's see if they notice that. Probably a reference to the feeling of having your life flash before your eyes. Look, see, I feel like this song, same thing what I said about Number the Beast. I feel like you could throw those two songs on Killers, and it'll fit the narrative. Oh, and even Children of the Dam, right? Wrathchild, Children of the Dam. Dang. I guess, like, dang, this is, the way they're connecting to their previous works is crazy without, like, making it, like, explicit, right? Because, like, I feel like the themes and characters are connecting with, like, Killers and my theory of that character on Killers, the narrator, but also, like, the sound and structure, I feel like is a callback to the first album, if that makes sense. So I guess, like, what I'm trying to say is, I guess, like, this album, Number of the Beast, I feel like it's a culmination of their first two albums, if that makes any sense. This is a banger of a song. Let's keep reading about the prisoner confronts his fear at first scorns. Several of this song's lines were lifted from a British song called Life's Shadow. The Iron Maiden bassist saw them perform. He used the lyrics as a placeholder. Also, these are placeholder lyrics. Also, Iron Maiden lost the case because they ended up paying them, huh? This song quickly became one of Iron Maiden's most acclaimed works, with several bands doing recording covers of it. This song helped inspire Metallica's theme, Ride the Lightning. Alright, that's good to know. That's tight that they inspired Metallica, because after I'm done with Iron Maiden, I wanted to react to Metallica. So now I have that little piece of information. This song was tight, though. And then with Bruce Dickinson as the lead singer, I feel like you kind of like run into like a structure thing where it's like kind of where I've been pointing out throughout the whole album. I feel like now with Bruce Dickinson, there's a various obvious like structure to the songs. Like usually the songs have an intro where the beat is more stripped down and he's setting the scene. Then the beat drops and it gets to the first verse and the tempo changes and gets quicker. Then there's gonna be a solo around the middle or end part. Then it's gonna go back to the original sound, and then Bruce is gonna fucking finish it off with ah. That's usually how like what I'm picking apart, like the structure of this album in general. So I guess for some people that's like a bad thing, like, you know, like an obvious structure. For me it's fine. I don't really care, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like whatever. It's their thing, you know? It would be different if, like, they're copying someone else's stuff. Well, I guess technically Hallowed, their name is copied. Like, you know what I mean? But, yeah, this song was a banger. So, yeah, it's my favorite. Even more than Children of the Dam. This song was fire. And of the 3 outros, this is my favorite outro. So, like, so far their outros, I would say, is my favorite is Hallowed Be Thy Name, then Drifter, then Iron Maiden so far. So it will go from the third one to the second one first. in terms of the intros, comparing Invaders, Prowler, and the Ides of March, I feel like Invaders is my least favorite. My second favorite is Prowler, and my favorite's the Ides of March. Ides of March grew on me, especially because I listen to it and immediately Wrathchild comes through, and it's like perfectly. And yeah, I guess that's another thing too. I want to talk about cohesiveness, like real quick. So I guess we'll get into the 4Cs. All right, we'll just wrap this up and go to the outro. So, yeah. We're in the outro section. We just finished the album. It was eight songs. Honestly, I think it's like a 40-minute runtime. I think it's the longest album, but it feels the shortest. I think it's just because it's 8 songs. It just feels shorter. But I mean, I think that it's actually the longest. But with that being said, man, on a whole, this album was fire, man. Like, I feel like off one listen, I feel like my favorite one is Killers, but it's like a close second place, especially because like Hallowed Be Thy Name like shot it up for me, like in terms of like my enjoyment overall in the album. And it is a pretty sizable chunk of the album considering it's 7 minutes long. That's like 2 songs, you know. But yeah, man, this, you know, obviously the 4 C's, what is it? Concise. I mean, 8 songs, 40 minutes, 10 out of 10 on conciseness. The other C, creativity. Obviously, it was creative, especially when you're talking about songs like Number of the Beast, you know, where you're talking about some like real Satan stuff. Like, yo, you know? So, like, you know, you get another 10 out of 10 for creativity. Or I guess maybe 9 out of 10 because it's not very creative to be just like basically narrating a battle. Or I guess the way you narrate it is creative too. So we'll just say 9 or 10 out of 10 out of creativity. Cohesiveness is gonna have to get a 9 because I felt like they went a step back in terms of like cohesiveness, in terms of like Killers, because Killers had the Ides of March, which led directly into Wrathchild, and that's like a lot of points for cohesiveness in my opinion. And like this was cohesive because it was 8 tracks and they weren't like, but they all ended the same way, where you know, where Bruce is just like letting his vocals ride out and then they're ending the song. So I guess technically that's cohesive in the fact that it's like, you know, like similar endings, but still I would have preferred like at least one song to bleed into the next one, or maybe I'll catch it on different lists if that's indeed the case. So for cohesiveness, I'm gonna have to give it like a 9. So creativity, cohesiveness, conciseness, and I always forget one of the C's. I always forget a C. I always forget. I forgot the last C. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to remember. I'm gonna have to start writing them down. I apologize. But overall, I'm gonna have to give it re-listen specifically for the middle to like ending half of the album, where it's like the, what is it called? The Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, and what was the other one? The Gangland. I'm gonna have to listen to those 3 more, like, cause off initial listens, and even The Prisoner, cause I kind of forgot how The Prisoner sounded. But like, those are the ones I'm gonna have to listen to the most, cause I already know like initially like the ones that I'm gonna consistently like are Children of the Damned and Hallowed Be Thy Name. Hallowed Be Thy Name, man. that's one of their best songs. Like, so like my top 3 songs I would say are I would say number 1's Hallowed Be Thy Name. My second favorite is Children of the Damned. And my third favorite is 22 Acacia Avenue. Yeah. How could I forget? That's the Charlotte the Harlot sequel. That's my top 3 off this album off an initial listen. But yeah, man, these dudes are 3 for 3. You know, they don't have a single bad song yet. Like, the next album I think is like Something of the Mind or something like that. I apologize. I don't know what's the 4th one, but I'm pretty sure the 5th one is Power Slave. I'm hyped for that one. But yeah, this album was fire. It had nice moments. It didn't really have any like more somber songs, like, Killers had Lamia song. What's it called? The Prodigal Son. Iron Maiden had like 3 of them. Like it has Strange World. That one other song, the Tomorrow song. I forget the names. And it has some other one. And I guess like Half a Shot of the Harlot counts. Whereas this one, it's like, there was no like somber whole entire songs. It was more like little moments, like the beginning of Hallowed Be Thy Name, some parts of Children of the Dam. But on the whole, this was a more like energetic album. And I'm pretty sure it has to do with Bruce Dickinson, because Bruce, his singing style is way less like somber. It's more like, the best way I could say it is more like stadium. You know, he has like a very powerful that he does a lot. So that's honestly, that's probably the 2 things that stand out the most in this album is Bruce himself and the drums. The drums were, I was surprised how like prominent they are in this album, and they're good. They're nice and crispy. Like the drums were really good here. I like them more than I did on Killers and on Iron Maiden. But Killers did have some good drum moments, like specifically on the Ides of March, where like boom 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 boom, where it kind of had that like militaristic feel. But right here, the drums were consistently fire. I will say, in terms of panning, I wasn't paying too much attention, but in terms of like instrumental panning, I think it's also a step down from Killers, because in Killers you had the guitars going from your right ear to your left ear and so on and so forth. Whereas here, I don't think they did any of that. They just did that with the guitars, I'm pretty sure. What else? Like I said, the biggest improvement I would say would be the vocal mixing. Like, I don't know if it's because it's Bruce. Maybe they have a different mix engineer. Maybe they recorded differently. Maybe they, something. I don't know. But the actual verses, I don't know what it is, but the verses were much more crisper. Off of the first listen, I was able to hear the lyrics at the same time I was hearing the song, because that was my issue with Killers and with Iron Maiden, is that a lot of the songs I didn't really catch the lyrics until I read them, you know what I mean? Whereas here, I could have even heard them with my eyes closed if I felt like it. I mean, I'm gonna still read the lyrics regardless, because that's just how I listen to music, but it was nice to be able to like hear them as well, if that makes sense. Compared to Iron Maiden and Killers, I would say, I'm gonna go back on my statement that Iron Maiden's a 8/9 and Killers is a 9/10. I'm gonna say that these 3 albums are all 9 out of 9, are 9 out of 10s. I'm gonna just say that. And then probably when I'm done listening to their discography, that's when I'm gonna get more into it and like truly like rate them and like say which was my favorite. But off of an initial listen, I'm gonna say Killers is my favorite. Maybe, I don't know. Nah, that's a different conversation. I don't know, because bro, these guys they're 3 for 3. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction as much as I enjoy making them. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching. If you made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good jazz. It really does help, and I really do appreciate it. I genuinely do, because you could be anywhere else in the world right now getting your entertainment, but you're right here watching my annoying ass. So I appreciate that. Please stay tuned for next week, because next week, I think it's called Peace of Mind. Is that what the album's called? I'm pretty sure. Next week, I'm going to listen to the 4th album. I'm pretty sure it's called Peace of Mind. Then after that, it's obviously Power Slave, which is the one I'm excited for. But yeah, if you want to continue with me on this journey, please subscribe. It is me much appreciated. And again, just how I say all the time, can you guys please comment stuff that maybe I was confused about, or little fun facts about the album, stuff like that. I love reading all that type of shit. Let me know where you guys are from. You guys know I always love to hear where you guys up in the irons from. I'm cool now. Can I start saying up in the irons? Am I officially a fan? Could I start using the slogan to be like, cause I'm up in the irons from Long Beach? I probably look like a nerd, huh? I probably sound like a fucking boomer trying to sound like a young kid, huh? And I'm young. No, but yeah. Let me know where you guys are from. Give me fun facts, all that good shit. Subscribe, comment. You guys know I love all that shit. With that being said, Y'all better stay safe, and I'll see y'all next time next week.